Now watch me whip. Kill it. Now watch me nae nae. Okay. Now watch me whip, whip. Watch me nae nae.
10 years down the road, when you're still whipping a nae nae.
I'm gonna be whipping a nae nae until I be in my cat. I'm gonna whip a nae nae in the sky.
So what's life going to be like after the whip and nae nae? I mean, it's been so huge for you. Where do you see your career going after this?
Right now, I don't even see the whip nae nae. I'm looking beyond that. I was already doing that, but it's elasting, so I'm just holding on to it. Why? After that, more Silento.
Rapper Silento will spend the next 30 years in prison after entering a plea on charges connected to the murder of his cousin. He's best known for the hit song Watch Me Whip.
Atlanta rapper Silento pleaded guilty to killing his cousin. A DeKalb County judge sentenced him to 30 years in prison. Ricky Hawk pleaded guilty but mentally ill to voluntary manslaughter and other charges.
We need to talk about Atlanta rapper Silento, who is best known for his hit song Watch Me Whip Nae Nae, released in 2015. He pleaded guilty but mentally ill on Wednesday, June 11th, 2025, to voluntary manslaughter and other charges in the 2021 unaliving of his 34-year-old cousin, Frederick Rooks III. The 27-year-old rapper, whose legal name is Richard Ricky Lamar Hawk, was sentenced to 30 years in prison. But the question on everyone's minds is, how the hell did we get here? Silento was only 17 when Watch Me Whip Nae Nae took the internet and world by storm after it was released in May 2015. The song hit number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, and its music video has earned nearly 2 billion YouTube streams as of the making of this recording. After dropping the song on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube, the song eventually peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, where it remained for 6 non-consecutive weeks. To create the hit, according to Billboard, Silento contacted hip-hop music maker Bolo the Producer via Instagram. Although the producer had reservations about working with teenagers, he agreed. Bolo told Billboard, quote, "For like 2 months, he kept trying to tell me, hey, I got this song, it's gonna be a hit record. And I thought it was the craziest idea," end quote. Silento said, quote, "I knew what I wanted the song to be, so I made sure I accomplished what I needed to before I graduated. I stuck to the plan, and I made my dreams come true," end quote. According to a 2019 article from Billboard, Watch Me owes much of its success to the dance entertainment brand Dance On, which partnered with the music distribution company TuneCore to generate more buzz around the song. Camille Moussard, former head of video at TuneCore, tells Billboard that after monitoring the song's reach on apps like Vine and Instagram, she reached out to Dance On, who worked with professional dancers to help make the song go viral. "It was kind of like putting 2 ingredients together," she says. "One was the dance and the influencers of the dance network, and the other was a song that everybody was eager to listen to, but they just didn't know about it yet," end quote. The dance-heavy music video for Watch Me has been watched over 1.9 billion times on YouTube, making it one of the most viewed videos in the platform's history. The single also took over the #1 spot on iTunes in 15 countries and real-time UK Shazam charts. The infectious song took the world by storm, with celebrities getting in on the trend, including the Obamas, Matt Damon, and Justin Bieber.
Got a little whip and a little nae nae, or however you do it. Something like that.
That epic success in the music world didn't last long for Silento, with his follow-up singles failing to chart on any major streaming platforms. Over the years, Silento opened up about his mental health struggles, which he spoke about in a 2019 episode of the medical-based talk show The Doctors. He described a difficult childhood that included having been born with substances in his system, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, or AJC.
I was born with weed, coke, heroin, pills, all type of drugs in my system. I saw family members talking to walls. I watched family members fight. I watched family members try to kill each other. Nobody should have to watch that. And I have felt like I've been depressed my whole life. When I was 14, I ended up moving with my great aunt. From there, it just went downhill. I ended up going to a school with no friends. I almost got into 5 fights the first week. I was given ADHD for meds, sleeping pills. I was getting skinny. I was getting stressed. I was never officially diagnosed with ADHD, but I still had to take these drugs. It got to the point where I got incarcerated and sent to juvenile. When I became famous, it was great, but after a while, it didn't last long. Depression doesn't leave you when you become famous. It just adds more pressure. When I get depressed, I won't answer the phone, I won't text back, because when I'm depressed, I'm not speaking to no one. I don't know if I can truly be happy. I don't know if these demons will ever go.
In 2021, Silento's publicist, Chanel Hudson O'Connor, told the AJC that the rapper had attempted to take his own life in the year prior. Chanel told the AJC that Silento, quote, never did any of the follow-up sessions after the show, end quote. Chanel told the publication that the lack of follow-up was a warning sign that Silento's mental health was suffering. Chanel went on to say in part, quote, I really saw a decline when he started missing major TV appearances. Before the pandemic, he was in Cambodia. He went to Singapore. He was making good money, end quote. According to the Associated Press, on February 20th, 2017, Silento was stopped from leaving the United Arab Emirates over a business dispute. A court ruling issued against him in the city of Al Ain ordered the then 19-year-old to pay a local promoter 300,000 dirhams, which is about $81,500 in US dollars, after he did not perform 2 scheduled shows in Al Ain and Abu Dhabi on February 18th of the same year. The judgment placed a travel ban on the rapper and ordered him to surrender his passport to the court until the case was settled. Silento later acknowledged the situation at the end of a show in a Dubai nightclub, saying, quote, I can't even leave the UAE, but I'm still in the club. Silento told TMZ he was eventually allowed to come back to the United States, speaking with them at the LAX airport, which TMZ posted on their website on March 10th, 2017. He explained that the case was dismissed because at 19 years old, he's considered a minor in the Middle Eastern country, saying, quote, they tried to make a fake case on me saying that I took some money or I didn't show up at a show when the promoter didn't follow through with the requirements for me to do a show, end quote.
Well, he claimed I didn't show up, but he didn't pay for my hotel, my per diem, or my flight.
So he was supposed to pay for all of that,
yes.
And if he paid for all of that, you're going to go and do the show.
Yes.
But he didn't pay for that.
No, he didn't.
So you didn't do the show.
Nope.
And so why were you kind of like detained?
No, I was not detained. I did not give my passport up at all. I'm considered a minor in Dubai. So when they figured out I was 19, they automatically dismissed the case because it was a fake case.
So you were allowed to leave if you wanted to leave?
No, I couldn't leave.
Couldn't leave?
But they couldn't take my passport or come arrest me because I was underage.
Gotcha. So how did you eventually, well, how were you allowed to leave? Did you pay back?
I made some phone calls. Life is all about contacts, and
right.
The lawyers, they was talking and they got everything together, and I was clear to go in the next within 48 hours.
So did you pay the guy back?
He didn't. I didn't pay him. I paid the court.
Silento went on to say that he paid the necessary legal fees and was then countersuing the promoter for other shows that he missed because of this case. No word on how that lawsuit turned out. People magazine reports that Silento was arrested in Santa Ana, California on August 28, 2020 and posted bond on the same day, according to the Orange County Sheriff's Department records. The spokesperson for the department told People magazine that he was booked on felony inflicting corporal injury on a spouse or cohabitant in a DV incident. Only days later, on September 3rd, 2020, while he was still out on bond for the previous arrest, Silento was charged with 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, according to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, who, according to their press release on the matter, said the incident happened the previous weekend, which would have been only about a day or two after his previous DV arrest. People magazine reports that the prosecutor said Silento had walked into an unlocked stranger's home in the Valley Village neighborhood of Los Angeles on Saturday, August 29th, and tried to hit 2 people with a hatchet before one of them was able to disarm him. He was then held at the Twin Towers Correctional Facility on $105,000 bond, according to jail records. In that case, he faces up to 6 years in prison. Although Silento was eventually released, as of the making of this video, that case is still ongoing in the Los Angeles County Superior Court, with the next hearing scheduled for September 2025, according to the LA Times. According to the Associated Press, on October 23rd, 2020, less than 2 months after the assault case, the rapper was arrested again in Atlanta, Georgia, and accused of driving 143 miles per hour on Interstate 85, according to authorities. Silento was charged with reckless driving, speeding, failure to maintain lane, and improper stopping, according to news outlets at the time. A DeKalb police report said that Silento was pulled over at around 3 a.m. after an officer witnessed his white BMW swerving around slower cars. The report said Silento initially argued with the officer about how fast he was going and insisted that he had done nothing wrong. Later, Silento told the officer he was speeding because he normally gets followed when leaving events, according to the report. Silento said he was at a club promoting his new song and that he could go 143 miles per hour because he's not a regular person.
But I'm trying to figure out why you're doing 143.
Because I get followed everywhere I go.
But that gives you no right to be doing 143.
If it's like 10 cars following me, I can't do 143 because I'm not a regular person. And you can go look on your computer and it'll tell you that. And I'm not lying to you. Have you disrespected me when I told you what was going on?
Stop spitting on me.
I ain't spitting on you. You got to
I can feel it.
You can't. You spit on me because I'm black.
Time out.
Ain't no timeout. He disrespectful.
Sir,
You did all that. You did all that racially profiling. I get what you're saying, but he know what he did. You came up to me being disrespectful, talking about some I'm recording. So is you recording? You recording with the government how they use the satellite and they follow everywhere I go? Do you know about that? No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know about how Donald Trump send me messages on my phone every day asking me to beg him to help him. You don't know about that, do you?
According to an update from the website of the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office, officers with the DeKalb County Police Department responded around 3:37 a.m. on January 21st, 2021 to a report of a person shot at the intersection of Deep Shoals Circle and Corners Crossing in Panthersville, Georgia, where they found Frederick Brooks III shot. He was later identified as Silento's cousin. EMS arrived and confirmed that he was no longer alive. 10 bullet casings were found near his body. Several neighbors in the area said they heard gunshots, and security camera footage from a nearby home showed a white BMW SUV speeding away just minutes after the gunfire. Someone who was related to Rooks told officers that he was last seen with his cousin Silento, who had picked up Rooks from a friend's home in a white BMW SUV. The vehicle in question was captured by a surveillance camera at the corner of Panthersville Road and Flat Shoals Road at 2:45 a.m. that same morning. Silento was arrested on February 1st, 2021, about a week and a half after the shooting. During an interview with investigators, Silento admitted to shooting Rooks. Investigators matched the bullet casings recovered from the crime scene to a weapon found with Silento at the time of his arrest. Also, GPS data for the Silento's white BMW SUV placed the vehicle at the scene of the unaliving. Silento pleaded guilty but mentally ill on Wednesday, June 11th, 2025, to voluntary manslaughter and other charges in the unaliving of his cousin. Silento also pleaded guilty to aggravated assault, possessing a weapon while committing a crime, and concealing the death of another. A murder charge was dropped as part of the plea agreement. DeKalb County Superior Court Judge Courtney Johnson presided over the plea hearing, sentenced Silento to 30 years in prison. Brooks' brothers and sisters told DeKalb County Superior Court Judge Courtney L. Johnson before the sentencing that Silento should have gotten a longer sentence, according to a report from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Following his conviction, Silento's publicist Chanel Hudson O'Connor released a statement on his behalf, which reads in part, quote, "Ricky wants his family, friends, and supporters to know that he is deeply sorry for the pain and disappointment he has caused. I will continue to make music and work on becoming the best possible version of myself. I can't reverse time, but I can serve the time I've been given lawfully and strive to positively contribute to whatever my new environment may be. I entered this industry as a teenager, often without proper guidance or direction. While that is not an excuse, it is part of my truth. I pray for growth, evolution, and the ability to find forgiveness for myself and for this entire situation. God bless y'all." End quote. Y'all, this case really, really makes me sad. I remember when this song first came out and all my friends, we were still in school and like really young, and we were just dancing to it and just having a great time. So it's really, really sad to see this happen. I do remember that episode of The Doctors. I remember watching it live when it first came out, and I was really surprised to hear all of the, issues that he went through, especially growing up. I didn't really know that much about Silento beyond, the song, of course, obviously was like super, super popular, but it just goes to show that you really just never know what a person is going through. And that's why when this whole entire case came out and all of his arrests and everything, like until I started doing research for this video, I really did not even know. I do remember hearing about him a few years ago, first getting arrested for this, like I said, back in 2021. So, obviously I'm super sad for the family, and it's just really, really sad to see. So if you guys are struggling with anything mental health related, I'm gonna have some resources linked for you in the description box. Please leave your thoughts, comments, and condolences in the comment section down below. I love you for watching. Bye.